is Friday, February 19. Welcome to CGN News. CARICOM has repeated its call for the World Health Organization, the WHO, to host an international summit of the distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. Chairman of CARICOM, Dr. Keith Rowley, expressed concern over price gouging and other, quote, immoral activities linked to the vaccine distribution. Addressing a WHO news conference Thursday, Dr. Rowley said the group needs to assist and commit to a fair sharing of the available vaccine. The organization pledged to work with stakeholders to enable rapid detection and response to COVID-19 cases and clusters. There are reports that the government of Jamaica was notified of a data breach on its Jam COVID-19 website before the date stated in a release on Wednesday. The TechCrunch reporter who worked on the story says the exposed data was discovered during an investigation into COVID-19 apps. He says the publication contacted the Ministry of Health and Wellness on February 13, and spokesperson Stephen Davidson requested more information. Details were sent that evening, and Davidson did not respond. 2 days later, someone else was contacted and the exposed data secured. A Ministry of National Security statement said the breach was discovered on February 16. Persons residing in St. Kitts and Nevis will start receiving the coronavirus vaccine from February 22. Prime Minister Timothy Harris made the announcement Thursday during the first sitting of the National Assembly for the year. The Federation received 2,000 doses of vaccine from the government of Dominica last week. It is set to receive an additional 21,600 doses by the end of February through the COVAX facility. The Ministry of Health is partnering with the IT department to develop a registry of persons to be vaccinated and a database to facilitate a vaccine safety surveillance. The contraband enforcement team at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport on Monday seized over 8 pounds of cocaine concealed in luggage arriving from the Bahamas. Officials said that during an inspection, officers discovered 4 bricks weighing 8.6 pounds. The bricks contained a white powdery substance that field tested positive for cocaine. The estimated street value of the drugs is over $200,000. An individual claiming the bag attempted to flee and was subsequently arrested. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, says Jamaica has the resources to secure vaccines for some 2 million Jamaicans. The minister said the government has allocated over $34 million, $5 billion Jamaican dollars. Tufton was speaking during Thursday's COVID conservations. He also said that in addition to COVAX, there are talks with India, Moderna, and the African Medical Supplies Platform to secure vaccines through CARICOM. French President Emmanuel Macron has called on Europe and the U.S. to urgently send up to 5% of their coronavirus vaccine supplies to developing nations. Macron told the Financial Times the failure to share vaccines fairly would entrench global inequality. The majority of vaccinations have been administered by high-income countries. Macron proposed the plan ahead of today's Friday G7 virtual summit of world leaders. The White House has said President Joe Biden will announce a pledge of $4 billion in funding for global vaccine sharing scheme COVAX. Police in Mexico arrested 6 people Wednesday for allegedly trafficking in fake coronavirus vaccines. The Federal Public Safety Department said the arrests were made in Nuevo Leon, but did not say what kind of fake shots were involved, the AP reported. Assistant Health Secretary Hugo Lopez-Gatell later said that the fakes were presented as Pfizer vaccines, which are only available in Mexico through government vaccination teams. He said the suspects had offered the vaccines for sale for the equivalent of around $2,000 per dose. The American Space Agency NASA has successfully landed its Perseverance rover in a deep crater near Mars's equator called Jezero. Matt Wallace, the mission's deputy project manager, said the spacecraft is in great shape. Engineers at NASA's Mission Control in California erupted with joy when the confirmation of the touchdown came through. The vehicle will now spend the next 2 years drilling into rocks looking for evidence of life. Jezero is thought to have held a giant lake billions of years ago. Facebook is facing mounting criticism after it blocked news content in Australia amid a dispute with the government over a planned law. The law will force tech giants to pay for news content on their platforms. Facebook says the legislation fundamentally misunderstands its relationship with publishers. Both politicians and publishers have accused it of bullying and raised concerns over access to information. Under the new rules, Australian users are blocked from viewing and sharing news, while local publishers are restricted from sharing or posting any links on their pages. And finally, a decree from the Pope Francis Vatican City-State says that employees who opt out of vaccination without a proven medical reason could be subject to sanctions, including being fired. The February 8 directive cited the need to protect Vatican employees and said individuals have a moral responsibility to get vaccinated, quote, given that refusing a vaccine can constitute a risk for others, end quote. The decree sparked heated debate Thursday since its provisions go beyond the generally voluntary nature of COVID-19 vaccinations in Italy and much of the rest of the world. The Vatican is an absolute monarchy in the heart of Rome that operates independently of Italian law and Italian labor protections. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.